Hey guys, welcome back to Evony with Genghis on server 68. So just a little bit of a chalons recap. So my team, we're in the Elite League of Continent 1, Peak of Glory. We won our round fairly easily. We got about 22,000 points or so, I think. We'll get into that in a minute. I just wanted to go over some reports and show you what I saw in there, what made me decide to do rallies on these certain things, how the rallies went, etc. And then I'll discuss what chalons was actually like, in my opinion. So let's first look over. This is an attack on player. Just wanted to show you guys how it turned out. So we did a rally on this guy, and as you can see, we just totally whooped him. So took away 538 million power from him, and I only lost 14 and a half. The rest of my reinforcements, we lost 180 million on him, and there you can see the General Tamiris, and we'll just look at the buffs. And anyways, 1133 attack percentage. So that is way up now. I've really been working on that, and it looked very nice. And this guy, he wasn't that great. That's why we decided to hit him. He had a march out, and we hit him. But anyways, let's look at some other ones. So we have this one here, and is this the one? Did I star the wrong one? Is it this one? Yeah, right here. Okay, so on Gunner. So I'll star this one. So we took 470 million from him, and we lost 250 in the rally and 28 on my own. So I'll just show you what we actually saw and why we decided to do this. So again, same buffs on our attack side, right? 1133 attack. And now I'll look at the scout report, okay? And because this is a little bit of a weird decision one that we decided to do. So this guy was actually ghosting almost all his horses. And I killed most of them actually, and then he ghosted the rest. So as you can see, he really only had 330,000 calves, but he had a lot of soldiers, and he still had some sieges, and he had some archers as well, right? I actually didn't really want to hit him at first. I just thought it was going to be just one of those where we wasted a lot of archers and we broke even or slightly lost. I didn't really think it was going to work out well because he had a lot of soldiers left and still good layers. You know, you see millions, 3 million, 6 million stuff all the way down there. And even if they're low level troops, still sometimes it's just hard to beat. But another guy in our alliance, Lorwyn, actually, he just said, you know what, like, we are going to be sending, 11, 12 million at him. And yeah, he has, I believe it's 40 million. Is that how many? Yeah, 42 million. But the buffs just weren't that great on this guy. He didn't really have any troops. If you look at his buffs here, he didn't really have any individual troop that was a standout, like it would be hard to overcome. So Laura just basically convinced me that, yeah, we will just overpower this guy and let's just do it. Our archers against his, ours are better than his. Yeah, he has some ground, but we're going to go at him. And that's basically what we did. Rest is history. So nothing too exciting there. But then here, this is where it is nice. So we actually did some siege rallies late. And because there was one team that had a 4.7 billion guy, and here he is. So he actually ghosted all his horse. So he had about 3.5 million T14 horse, same at 13. He ghosted them all. So we were like, what are we gonna do? We're up. We had a lead. We had about 17, 18,000 points. And this guy was in second place with his alliance, and they had about 7 or 8,000. So it was really no real threat that they would pass us and we would fall to second place. So we were going to keep first place regardless. So I said, let's just siege rally him, right? So let's use siege to thin him out, and let's see how that went. So we lose the attack, of course, but the power swap isn't that bad. 420 lost on his side, and we lose about 520. But what ends up happening, if you look at this, so if you look at the scout report before, and you look at his siege machines, he has 1.2 million 14 siege. He has 1.3 million 13 siege. He has 1.2 million 12 siege. And he has 1.8 million 11 siege. So I actually said, let's just hit him with only 13s. And the reason why you want to hit with T13 siege is it's just the power swap. We didn't want to go up against his T14 sieges because we're going to send 13s that are going to fight the 14s, but we're offering less power because we're going to lose anyways, right? Siege attacks are going to lose, so we're going to lose all our power. But this way, with sending 13s, we don't lose as much, even though they have the same range as the 14s. So now let's look at the next scout report. Just to look at this one again, you can see all the siege machines he has. So the next scout is what he has left after that attack. And if you look at the attack, he only lost 8 million out of his 110 million. But now looking at the next scout report, you can see he has 102 million, not 110. But every single siege is gone. No 14 siege left, no 13 siege left, no 12 siege left. He has half his 11 siege left and then some 10s and whatnot. So we do I recommend we do another siege. And we do. And this time we lost about 450 million power or 400 million power, but he lost 260 million power, but he lost 20 million troops. So then we could really go at him after that. And I scouted him again after that. And now you can see he has no 11 siege, no 10 siege, no 9 siege, no 8 siege, no 7. We took everything out. So now he's vulnerable. And now we really got to go after him. Time was running out because we timed this actually perfectly so that at the so that it took place at the very end of the war, so there was no chance that he could make a comeback and that the scores would be close. We wanted to make sure that we kept our first place, and we wanted to do some experiments with it. And I actually, my siege general is not complete yet. I have Matthias here, but I took the weapon off him to put it on someone else, to put it on a sub general to build faster. So I actually haven't put her back on yet, but. So, because the weapon increases construction, so I put her on that city when I'm not in battlefield with the axe. But anyways, so I actually just attacked with my wall general. He has lots of siege attack on his ring and axe. So that's something you guys could do if you're lacking a siege general. But what I do recommend you do, so just before I did that, I made sure, because I had to take him off the wall to do that, I put Trajan on the wall as my wall general so that at least I was still protected. I didn't want to be vulnerable. But now let's look at chalons and I'll tell you what I thought of this round. So one very noticeable difference was there was no medical tents. So that was a big surprise. This is our score at the top. So this is this season. You can see the alliance I'm in. I was not with them before. And this latest one at the top right here, that is the round that we just did. We scored 21,000. Second place was 9,000. That's what the 4 billion had. And then the other two were probably just alt alliances. In fact, I know fourth place is an alt alliance right there, MHM, because they're on my server. They used to be a very dominant alliance, but they've merged with NEF, the top alliance, and now they're an alt alliance. But and so it's basically a two-man race. Although TFS did have a couple players, but they just really didn't do anything and just got zeroed. Anyways, they took out the medical tents. So my advice of going really hard early and using the medical tents, that is gone. So chalons, Evony did not tell us they were making that change. So that was a very big surprise. I went out hard. I started hammering people right away. And then I started looking around for the medical tents and I couldn't find any. And I started to ask other people, hey, do you guys find any medical tents? Are there any available? And there was none. So this is going to change up the strategy. I assume maybe Evony cut it out because they want us all to heal and burn through our heal speeds or buy heal speeds. So whatever it is, whatever the reason is, I thought the medical tents added a great new dimension to the game. So I did miss them. No idea what our matchup will look like next week, but we are in the Elite League. We're honestly probably too strong for it, but we're too weak for the Major League as well. If we went to the Major League over here, we would just get whooped. I know exactly how it would be. In about 20 minutes, all of us would be zeroed. It wouldn't be very much fun. So hopefully in the Elite League, we do meet some opponents coming up in the next round or two that are a little more spread out, like in terms of their depth, like not just an alliance with 4 billion and then a couple 600 million people. It'd be nice if they had some people, like three or four 2 billion people, a couple 1 billion, some stuff like that, where we could get some rallies and play against each other. But not complaining, because the rewards I got for this were excellent. So let's look at what I received. So are they not? Where would they be? Uh, Event. Okay, here they are. So for that win, I scored 3,750 points. I got 30 chests and 500 runestones, 600 badges, and then this is typical in a normal battlefield, exactly the same. And then right here, an extra 150 badges. But if you look at this, like, this is just phenomenal. I got about 75,000 gems in there, and the rune stones are excellent. And yeah, that's it. So make sure, try and do your best, guys. Make sure, try and get first place, because that is where there are more chests. I'll go over the rewards again, just so you can see. And the round rewards, basically, if you get first place, you get those 30, right? And you get 1,200 points. So try and score as many as you can. Even at the end, just like we did, we knew we had a big lead and we knew we were going to be giving up points to this guy in second place, but we knew he couldn't pass us in the standings. That's why we went at him, to try and get as many people as we could over that 1,200 score. Plus, the team score will help in tiebreakers at the end. Now, we don't have a top a fifth round. That's the downfall of being in the Elite League. So we will not get a fifth round. So we have nothing to qualify for. But hey, it's a great team building event, and we had fun and got some good rewards out of it. So let me know how your guys' experience went, how you guys did in the comments section, and good luck next round. If you have any questions or you have any suggestions as well. Looking for those now, especially since they changed up the game without the medical tents. Put them in the comment section and let's talk about it. So this is Genghis, server 68. Best of luck and chalons, guys. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.